There are many different types of wavelengths that are important for lots of different reasons, but I would argue that visible light waves, which are a part of the electromagnetic spectrum, are the most crucial. You may be wondering what visible light waves are, and to put it simply, they're the colors that you see. By converting light to color, your eyes are able to see the wide range of colors all around you. As visible light waves are only a portion of the electromagnetic spectrum, the wavelengths that they range are between 380 and 750 nanometers. This visible spectrum goes from violet to red. At the highest end of the spectrum for visible light is the color violet, which is between 700 and 789 terahertz. At the bottom of the spectrum is red, which is between 400 and 498 terahertz. In the middle is the color green, which is between 526 and 606 terahertz. The other colors lie between the main three our eyes detect. If you haven't already noticed, these colors are in the order of a rainbow, which is how they naturally manifest. When it comes to the structure of the human eye, there are a lot of different parts that contribute to your ability to view colors. The specific part of the eye that differentiates shades and hues are the photoreceptor cells that are located in the back of the eye next to the fovea, which is light sensitive tissue. Photoreceptor cells are what help the brain interpret the light we see. There are two main types of photoreceptor cells, those being rod cells and cone cells. Rods are important for vision in low light, and cones are what are sensitive to the wavelengths of light entering the eye. Without the cone, you would not be able to see color at all. This leads to the question of how some people end up colorblind. One of the ways that color blindness happens is when instead of the cones in the eyes controlling red and green slightly overlapping, they become almost one. A common outcome of this is the type of color blindness called protanopia. This is when people with it are unable to see red and instead see muted greens and blues. The visible light spectrum doesn't just cover eyesight, however. It is also important for things like fiber optic communication, where data is transferred through thin strands of glass or plastic by using light pulses of different frequencies and wavelengths. Not all light that you can see is good for you, as you might think. Blue light is a commonly referred to type of light that falls right on the cusp of visible and non-visible light. It's a type of high energy visible light, which means that it has the shortest wavelengths and the highest energy visible light-wise. There are a plethora of side effects that can occur when you are at a prolonged exposure to blue light. Dry eyes are a very common and uncomfortable side effect. Some of the other side effects of blue light exposure can be eye strain and vision issues. Both of these can lead to the need for glasses. Blue light is emitted primarily from cell phones, TVs, and computers. Any devices that you may come in contact with do emit blue light. Overall, blue light is very harmful to the eye's health. Another downside to the visible light spectrum is the fact that it's a not binary spectrum. This is what leads to people perceiving colors differently. All in all, the visible light spectrum is an interesting form of wavelength, but it leaves a lot of questions. One being that if everyone perceives light differently due to the way our eyes take in visible light, how do you know if the colors you see are correct at all?